showers and thunderstorms arrive this evening. I'll show you how many days in a row we'll see rain and how it could affect your weekend plans.
Back in action. Tonight, KNEX will fill Lenovo Center as the Eastern Conference Final gets started. We've got everything you need to know as the team returns to the ice for Game 1.
Turning the tassels. Starting today, Wake County students will cross the stage and collect their diplomas. How traffic and construction in downtown Raleigh could play a role in their celebrations.
We have so much to get to here on your Thursday morning. The time is 6 a.m. I'm Laura Levine in for Renee Chu.
And I'm Chris Levingan. Look at this. Look at fluffy clouds. Goodness gracious. Puffy clouds behind us there in Raleigh. It's looking great. And the scene's going to be kind of different over the next couple days because that next weather maker is pushing through. We have Elizabeth Gardner tracking that right now. Rain, which is a good thing.
That's right. We need the rain, but you may have to plan your outdoor events around it. This is our next weather maker. We've been tracking this one coming across the country. It's produced a lot of heavy rain, some flooding, some severe storms. I'm not expecting that we'll see any severe weather with this, but we do have some significant rainfall in our forecast, which is great news. Today's the transition day. It's still going to be hot because the rain doesn't start until really late this evening or overnight tonight. It's pretty out there, though. Take a look at RDU. As the sun comes up a little higher, we're going to see some really pretty colors as we're seeing partly cloudy skies. Our flow is still coming out of the south, so it'll be a warm day today. Right now it's 70 in the Triangle, 68 in Fayetteville, where we have some low clouds and fog. It's the only place I'm seeing that on the camera. 66 in Rocky Mount, 70 in Durham. Increasing clouds this afternoon, but we'll climb to 93, not as hot as yesterday, but close to it. And then we'll have those showers and thunderstorms start to kick in. And then we'll see that every day through at least next Wednesday. Most of it's afternoon and evening, but we're going to walk through the timeline coming up. And again, a good bit of rain in the forecast. I'll show you what the totals are looking like now. Ken?
Elizabeth, at 6:01 happening now in the WRAL Traffic Center. Let's start with this live look at I-40 at Carytown Boulevard. You can see all the lanes are flowing nicely in all directions. And really and truly, that's what we're seeing on all of our major routes. You're getting ready to head out the door this morning. If you're tackling any of these major routes, US 1 coming in from Wake Forest or I-87 coming in from Knightdale, it's all delay-free. Similarly, all those other routes too, you don't have anything to worry about. You're getting ready to head into the Cartoonist Center on the radio, 101.5 HD3.
I'm Kirsten Clark in the WRAL Live Center, where we're staying on top of breaking news. I want to take you straight to this scene here where the WRAL Breaking News Tracker is on Youngsbury Court in Raleigh. You can see here this area is blocked off, and this is off of South Hall Road in Raleigh. I want you to take a look. You can see Raleigh police on scene as well as Wake County Forensics. RPD confirmed that they are investigating a shots fired call at a home on Youngsbury Court. And police confirmed that at least one home was hit and shell casings were found. But I want you to take a look in just the last couple minutes here. We've seen more evidence markers laid out. We're seeing at least 30 at this point. So Raleigh police are continuing their investigation, and we're working to learn more information about what exactly happened here again on Youngsbury Court. We'll be sure to bring you more information as soon as we have it.
Kirsten, thank you for staying on top of that. Meanwhile, new overnight, a woman was sent to the hospital after she was stabbed near the Moore Square bus station in Raleigh. Officers were called out to that scene to South Blunt Street at around 1:30 this morning, or Blunt Street, that is. Video from the WRAL Breaking News Tracker shows officers at the bus station, but it's still unclear if that is where exactly the stabbing happened. The woman was taken to the hospital, but she is expected to be okay. We're working right now to learn if police have made any arrests. We're also working to learn more about a shooting in Durham. Police say they found someone with a gunshot wound around 1:30 this morning. The WRAL Breaking News Tracker saw forensics officers investigating near the Independence Park Apartments. That's on William Penn Plaza. We have reached out to Durham Police for more information about what happened.
Firefighters stayed on scene overnight monitoring a brush fire in Orange County, and that fire broke out on Sewell School Road in Carborough, which is on land owned by UNC Chapel Hill. And the smoke was visible for miles in every direction. The fire in the woods was just south of Sewell Elementary School. That's right next to Smith Middle School. You see, part of that road was closed for hours last night while firefighters were putting out the flames. But at last check, no one was injured. Investigators still don't know, though, what caused this. And then you had another fire breakout yesterday, this time at a recycling plant in Raleigh. The WRAL Breaking News Tracker was there at Foss Recycling on Garner Road. A large piece of machinery caught fire in the junkyard. But this is the second time that there has been a fire there in the last few months. All right, the wait is over. Tonight, the Carolina Hurricanes will be back on the ice to get the Eastern Conference Final started.
Yes, and WRAL's Kelsey Coffey is live inside Lenovo Center already, where the Canes really have been on fire. Kelsey, a lot of excitement heading into tonight's game.
Yes, Laura, definitely a lot of excitement. It's quiet here for now, but we know that the loudest house in the NHL will come to life tonight as the Canes play Game 1 of the Eastern Conference Final. These seats here will be filled with Caniacs in just a few hours. You're looking at video from yesterday's practice. The Canes are going head-to-head against the Montreal Canadiens. This is the third time in the last 4 seasons the Canes have played in the Eastern Conference Final. They're aiming to get over that hurdle to advance to the Stanley Cup Final for the first time since 2006 when they won the Cup. They caught up with the team after practice about how they're feeling going into Game 1 after nearly 2 weeks off.
We've been doing all the right things here. Staying sharp physically, and had a bit of a mental break for a few days, but kind of ramped back up again.
Our WRAL sports team will be here at Lenovo Center for pregame coverage, and we will have all of the game's big moments tonight in our evening newscast. Puck drop is tonight at 8 o'clock. Kelsey Coffey, WRAL News, live in Raleigh.
Now to a story that you will only see on WRAL. Deputies in Nash County are investigating after a racial slur and graphic image was keyed onto a man's car. Dorian Williams captured this video. He says that he was leaving his little brother's baseball game at Miracle Park when he discovered the slur keyed into his vehicle. He says he did not have a confrontation with anyone at the park and is not sure why his vehicle was targeted. We have reached out to the Nash County Sheriff's Office about the investigation. No one has been charged yet at this time.
Well, the U.S. military is ramping up pressure on Iran over the Strait of Hormuz right now, as the U.S. military says it boarded and redirected an Iranian-flagged oil tanker in the Gulf of Oman. The U.S. Central Command says the tanker was believed to be headed to an Iranian port, and that move happened just days after President Donald Trump said he was pausing planned military strikes in Iran to allow for some negotiations. Yesterday, the president said that he is willing to wait for a deal.
If we don't get the right answers, it goes very quickly. We're all ready to go. We have to get the right answers. It would have to be a complete 100% good answers. And if we do, we save a lot of time, energy, and lives, most importantly.
The closing of the Strait of Hormuz has disrupted global oil supplies, as you know. The U.S. military says more than 1,500 ships from 87 countries are stranded in the Persian Gulf right now.
This morning, Wake County Public Schools will start their graduation season. There will be 36 graduation ceremonies from now until mid-June.
All right, talking about that this morning, we have WRAL's Ali Kabdabar joining us live down at the Martin Marietta Center for Performing Arts. And Ali, most of the graduations will be in downtown Raleigh.
Yeah, that means it should be top of mind traffic, construction, and parking for people. Now, within the next few hours, we're going to see students start to arrive here at Mandy Hall. There's already preparations underway. There's going to be 31 graduations in total in downtown Raleigh at Martin Marietta Center for Performing Arts and the Raleigh Convention Center. Now, Wake County Public Schools says to give yourself plenty of time for travel and parking. There's also a map with parking recommendations on Wake County Schools graduation page. Wake Schools says people should be aware of street closures. That's South Street between McDowell and Dawson, and a partial lane closure at the corner of South Street and Salisbury. Now, students should be there an hour before. Everyone else should be seated 15 minutes before. The graduations start today at 8 a.m. and then tomorrow, then pick back up again June 8th through June 16th. Reporting live in Raleigh, Ali Kadlabar, WRAL News.
Well, Benson's town manager got fired up during a recent town meeting. There's an audio recording circulating online. Dane Rideout told his team, "We are expletive broke." Rideout tells WRAL investigates that his comment was fueled by the town's $3 million in debt and differing opinions among commissioners. People who live in Benson, they say they are not happy about his words.
So you have to get the point across cussing like that? That's how you get your point across, town manager? No, you don't get your point across like that.
Rideout says the end of the audio recording included some comments that were spliced together and then taken out of context.
A fired Durham Public Schools administrator is now facing a new charge that is tied to the case of an Eno Valley kindergarten student with autism who was tied to a chair. Former Deputy Superintendent Tanya Giovanni was indicted this week on a 6th count of obstruction of justice. Giovanni is accused of preventing an HR employee from interviewing the school's former principal, Tonya Wright, who was also charged. Giovanni was initially charged earlier this year along with 2 other DPS administrators. They both pleaded not guilty.
Today, leaders with Wake Med will be giving people a chance to learn more about its deal with Atrium Health. This is the 3rd listening session in a series the hospital is hosting. People will get the chance to learn and ask questions about the recent proposal for Atrium Health to take over Wake Med. The deal hasn't been voted on by Wake County commissioners, and that's because they delayed a vote until they can hear more input from the community. Today's session will be at the Tarboro Road Community Center, that is in Raleigh, at 6 p.m. We do have a full list of times and locations for the other sessions on our website, WRAL.com. It's 6:10 this Thursday morning. High demand. Paramedics in Durham County are struggling to keep up with a high volume of 911 calls. How this is affecting their response to emergencies.
And when in doubt, stay out. A warning for pet owners as the weather gets warmer. The harmful toxins that could hurt your pet while outside.
And the rain chances are back finally, and they're going to stick around all the way through the holiday weekend. I'll let you know what you need to know to plan around it coming up.
Plus, here's a look at your winning Powerball numbers on your screen. 10, 28, 30, 46, 57. The Powerball is 25, and the Power Play multiplier is 3.
As you get into your car, tune to WRAL News Plus on your radio. In Raleigh on 99.3 FM. In Durham, 96.5 FM. And everywhere on 101.5 HD3.
It is 6:13, and here comes our next weather maker. We've been tracking this one across the country. It has a history of severe storms and even some flooding. We're not likely to see any severe weather with this, but we do have some significant rainfall in our forecast. I'm going to show you that coming up in just a few minutes. It all kicks off today, right around the time of the evening commute. We could see a few isolated showers or thunderstorms, but I don't feel like we'll have widespread rain until later on this evening. Right now, it looks beautiful. The sun's coming up. We have a mix of sun and clouds this morning. It's 70 in Raleigh, 66 in Wilson, 68 in Fayetteville. Fayetteville seeing a bit more cloud cover, some low cloud cover, a little patchy fog possible there. For your morning exercise, not bad, all the way up until around lunchtime. In the afternoon, we do climb into the low 90s again. Temperatures not quite as hot as yesterday, but 93 still not comfortable for exercise. And then, of course, later in the evening, we'll likely have the rain that rolls in. So for your workout, again, I would hold off during the latter part of the afternoon. Coming up, we're going to talk more about the timing for the rain this weekend.
This is what's happening now. Many of you use I-540 as an alternate east-west route. Well, let's take a look at I-540 at Lewisburg Road, or US 401, if you will. Very low traffic volume to report. So let's widen out the view of 540, if you will, from Lewisburg Road all the way up to I-40. No delays whatsoever. And that's really what we're seeing in all of our major routes. But should that change, I'll let you know. Tune us in if you're getting into the car, 101.5 HD3.
Okay, Ken, looking good. Thank you. The prosecution has rested its case in the trial of a former assistant principal in Virginia. We're talking about Ebony Parker, who's accused of ignoring warnings about a 6-year-old student who brought a gun to school and shot a teacher. This happened in Newport News back in 2023. The student shot and injured the teacher, Abigail Zwerner. The prosecution argues that Parker stayed in her office after she was warned about the weapon. They also say that she did not order a search, call police, or remove the child from the classroom. Defense attorneys for Parker say other staff members at the school also had opportunities to intervene. Parker could face up to 5 years in prison on each count.
New data shows that it's getting harder for Durham County EMS to keep up with the number of 911 calls. Numbers from the County Office of Emergency Services show that the number of calls coming in is exceeding the number of emergency crews able to respond to for 16 hours every day. Now, that means lower priority calls are being put on hold more frequently and for longer periods of time. WRAL previously reported on the toll staffing shortages are taking on paramedics. Chief Paramedic Seth Kamansky says this year was the first time since 2018 any new full-time EMTs have been added. It's also the first time in 10 years they've gotten a new ambulance.
We identified that the deployment model for Durham County EMS is about 10 years old in terms of units on the streets versus the call volume.
And he says compensation is also a challenge compared to neighboring agencies. He also says the system is not sustainable, in part because of its burning out of their staff. And one option they are exploring is to add non-paramedics to their teams while continuing to interview potential new recruits.
Proposals to limit North Carolina's income and property taxes are coming to the ballot in November. State lawmakers have approved 2 constitutional amendment proposals. One of the proposals seeks to permanently cap the state's income tax rate at 3.5%. The other aims to limit property tax increases at the local level. Republicans who support the measures said they could provide tax relief when other costs are rising. Democrats say the measures could limit local government revenue, potentially forcing cuts to schools, police, and other government services. The State House override and voted to override Governor Stein's veto of a bill that would give tax breaks to people who donate to educational scholarship programs. Republicans say that it's about school choice. Opponents call it a backdoor voucher system, pulling money and students away from public schools and strains already tight school budgets. The fight now moves to the Senate for its final vote.
Just a heads up for you dog owners this morning. State leaders are reminding people of the dangers of rapid increasing of algae in the water. We know that the abnormally warm air that we've experienced in the past week has led to a heightened risk of algal blooms. The toxins can cause health problems for people and pets, and state officials are encouraging people to avoid any contact with discolored water. It's not possible to tell whether a bloom is harmful just by looking at it.
All right, we are here with Elizabeth Gardner checking in on the forecast. Elizabeth, it's been a stretch of extremely hot weather here, but we do have a little bit of a relief on the way.
We do. It comes with a catch.
Yeah.
It comes with some wet conditions, of course, for the holiday weekend. But we've been tracking our next weather maker, this front right here, for really 4 or 5 days. So it does arrive here today. So here's what we're going to end up seeing when that happens. And here's a look at our weather headlines. Another hot day today. It has been very, very hot, and we're going to see that again today with low to mid 90s. We're not going to end up breaking any records today. We did that 4 days in a row, but still toasty. This afternoon and evening, especially this evening, we'll have a chance for some scattered storms, and that front's going to stick with us, and that will bring us some much needed rain, but of course it's going to happen during the holiday weekend. So we take a look at what's happening in terms of futurecast. We are seeing a mix of sun and clouds this morning. We'll see cloudy skies after lunchtime, and then an isolated shower or thunderstorm between 6 and 7. Notice once you get to 8 or 9, it starts to become a little bit more widespread. Most of the rain that we see with this pattern is going to be evening and overnight. So that does mean that we'll have some windows of opportunity to be out. But if you had evening plans like eating outside or some sort of concert this weekend, it may be a little wet at that point. This is tomorrow morning at 5 a.m. It'll be cloudy. We're not likely to see much sunshine between now and the middle of next week. Friday evening, you can see the showers and thunderstorms. They become a bit more widespread closer to midnight. At 6 a.m. on Saturday, we're fairly quiet. And once again, 5 o'clock, here comes the rain. Saturday night right now looks like maybe one of the wetter periods. And again, on Sunday night, too. This is Sunday at around 5 p.m. But we're just going to put that on repeat all the way into the middle of next week. So the rain chances are looking good, actually. Each day that we get closer to the weekend, this number goes up and up, which is wonderful to see. So 2 to 3 inches in the next 7 days. That is going to be some much needed rain. We need 10 to 15 inches, so it won't get rid of the drought, but it will help to stop the drought from getting worse, and it might start to chip away at it a little bit. We're going to see a huge drop in our temperature. We go from 90s today to 70s for tomorrow. I'll show you coming up why we'll end up seeing that, and then temperatures will climb back to near normal. Talk more about that coming up, Ken.
All right, Elizabeth, look forward to that. And here's what you can look forward to as you get ready to head out. Let's tune in, give you a live look at I-440 and Ridge Road. Those are the westbound lanes moving away from us this morning as we widen out the view of that northern loop of the Beltline. No delays between the I-87, 440 interchange all the way over to Wade Avenue. And really, that's what we're seeing all of our major routes heading into the Raleigh-Wade County area. Short of a 1-minute delay coming in from Wake Forest, all the other major routes from Knightdale, from Garner, Johnston County, Apex, Durham, all delay free at this hour. You're getting ready to head into the Cartoonist Center on the radio, 101.5 HD3.
Your time is 6:21 this Thursday morning. Delivery rights. An Amazon delivery driver hit a local woman's dog and then left. How 5 on your side got her the answers and money back in her pocket.
And Teacher of the Year, a Wake County educator, is being honored for his work. We'll introduce you to him next. Welcome back. Teacher of the Year. A Wake County educator is being honored for his work. We're talking about the event that revealed its 2026 Teacher of the Year. Matin Mani is in his 4th year at Apex Friendship Middle School, teaching 7th grade social studies. Outside the classroom, he serves as co-chair of the school's equity committee. In that role, he is able to provide staff with the tools to uphold justice, love, and compassion when navigating tough topics in the classroom.
How blessed we are, all those who are in education, to stand beside our students and encourage them as they become champions of compassion, of justice, and unity in our world today.
Congratulations to him. He'll be invited to the Go Global NC International Study Program in Argentina next summer. He received several other prizes as well.
Well, the city of Raleigh announced that it has its plans for the July 4th parade, and that parade will go through downtown Raleigh. Starting at 9:30 in the morning, it will include marching bands, musical performances, dancers, and performers. Organizers say that it will honor the rich history of the state and the spirit of the nation.
This What's Trending report is sponsored by Call Dad AC and Heating.
Honoring female Olympians and a night of love at the Durham Bulls game.
Ken Smith here is to talk about it and what's trending.
Yeah, we got a lot of love going on between us, yeah, right? But rapper Flavor Flav planning to celebrate women's sports this summer in Vegas. Local county commissioners approved his request for She Weekend on the Vegas Strip. The celebration will honor top female Olympians from Team USA, including athletes from hockey, skeleton, and the bobsled teams.
Yeah, he's on the list of celebrities who just have a million other side quests.
Snoop Dogg especially, too.
Flavor Flav. Okay, so it will include live music and a parade. The She Weekend parade will be on until July 16th.
Flavor Flav always reinventing himself.
Yes.
All right. Love was in the air at last night's Durham Bulls game. 9 wedding ceremonies in 9 innings. Several couples renewed their vows, including one couple celebrating their 50th wedding anniversary. Another couple said I do for the very first time.
And Mix 101.5's Kyle, Brian, and Sarah conducted the ceremonies, and I can see right now Laura's not here right now because she's getting married at some point soon, and so she's currently in her wedding day in her mind.
I'm so happy for the couples. Where are the tissues? Oh my goodness. No, congrats to all of them. How many people can say that I said I do at the Durham Bulls game?
They've got a story to tell.
Yes. Thanks, Ken.
Well, we're talking about the quest for the cup as the Carolina Hurricanes are back in the Eastern Conference Final. We have a look ahead at their big game tonight against the Montreal Canadiens.
And walking the stage, graduation ceremonies start today for Wake County schools. What you need to know before the big celebrations.
Our big weather pattern change happens today. We do have a chance for rain, mainly this evening. Our cold front comes and sets up. I'll show you how long it'll stick with us.